Hello there, and thank you for clicking on this video. As you can see by the title, today we are going to talk about Suits LA episode 8 and what is going on with this show because we spent 7 episodes on completely unnecessary things that weren't that entertaining. I mean, the acting was bad, everything was bad, and not that a lot improved in this episode, but at least the story got serious. Now we are merging the flashbacks with nowadays, and I guess this is where the real story begins because why do we need 7 episodes building up this episode? This was very redundant and unnecessary. We got introduced so many characters that, I mean, do you really care about Lester's story? I mean, do you care about Leah? And I think Leah is not a bad character, but do we need her in this show? Same goes for the blonde lady. I forgot the name that her name. So I mean, she's not bad, but do we really need it so much, like involving her in everything? And you have so many other characters like Rosalind that at last I know her name, and so many others that they bring nothing to the show, but they are giving some time, not too much, but there's so many characters, so many things going on in this show, and 7 episodes were completely wasted. But is there hope? So, as I said, now we are merging the two stories together. And now I guess things are getting a bit more exciting because in my last video, I did say that the story that was going on in the flashbacks, the whole Pellegrini case, was the one that Ted Black, I mean, Stephen Amell was portraying better. He was portraying Ted Black better. Like he was a bit more passionate in there. He was a bit more believable. It was a standard crime law story, whatever. It wasn't nothing wild, but it was more exciting. And then the story nowadays, I mean, the story nowadays is about like his ex-girlfriend and his best friend turning his their backs on him for what? For literally nothing, for offending him. Like they're explaining that Ted Black offended his best friend and partner Stuart Lane. So Stuart Lane went behind his back and like did something with his ex-girlfriend, and now they're partners, and they were supposed to be, the three of them were supposed to be partners, but they kind of cut him out of the deal. And I mean, it was ridiculous. I think it was so ridiculous story. But now Stuart Lane and Ted Black are friends again. Everything is okay again. And I do think that there is some hope. But this episode, or similar to this one, should have been the first episode. Like you can do so many things in 1 hour, in 40 minutes. You can introduce so many characters and stories. And you can just start with the main story. I don't understand why we did the whole Lester thing. But is there hope? I guess so. I don't think that Erica is too bad of a character. I kind of started liking her a lot in the latest episodes. I think she was the only decent person and lawyer in this because Ted Black, I'm sorry guys, but Ted Black is a bad lawyer. I mean, we see this from his cases nowadays and from the flashbacks. I don't think that Ted Black is a decent lawyer. So let's talk about Harvey Specter real quick because he's back and he's more amazing than ever. And this is how you do it. You bring back Harvey Specter and he elevates the whole thing. And he did that in this episode. Well, in the flashbacks, first we see him in the flashbacks. He talked to Ted Black, like, bro, figure it out. I'm not going to do shit for you, right? And he basically went there and did like a hype talk, like, you can do it, bro. Um, but we see so little of Gabriel Mack. We see so little of Harry Specter in this. He just appears out of nowhere. He's like, Pellegrini's back. And I'm like, what a Harvey Specter. Like, he has like thousands of cases like this. Why would he care about this particular one? I mean, but okay, fair enough. I don't care. Um, I guess. I mean, I do care, but at this point, just do anything that's exciting to save this show, because the show in general is not the worst thing ever, but the thing that makes me mad is that there is potential, especially when Harvey's in it. I mean, he brings up the whole thing to another level. But the funny thing is, like, he appears and he's like, "Yeah, we're going back to New York," and I'm like, "Why are you moving the show to LA when at the end of the day you're going back to New York?" I mean, yeah, I don't know. They do so many random things that make no sense in the show, which brings me to this article that I think is really summarizing my feelings, especially the side of I'm surprised Suits LA spent so much time on a redundant side plot, but it's finally spotlighting the real story. So let's go. Okay. So I don't know what episode is the last one. Maybe it's the next one that's the last one of this season. It struggled to find its footing, establishing its own identity and properly captivating audiences. However, as the show barrels towards its season one finale, it appears to finally be formulating a plan. With Ted's firm back on solid ground and the flashbacks coming into focus, Sutele seems to be in its strongest position since the start of the season. That is true. That is true. I mean, this episode was a bit more like fast and things were happening, but yeah, I mean, it's thanks to the flashbacks because I mean, Ted Black in LA. I mean, he's just I don't know. I don't. Yeah, Ted Black is a weak character. I don't know what I can tell you about. What I can say more about this. So let's continue. But the fact that it has taken so long to actually start digging into the central narrative is an issue. Exactly. Up to this point, the show has occupied itself with following alternative plots, though the side plot has taken up most of the season. Meanwhile, the flashbacks have been building towards the most important parts of the final. Episode 8 feels like one of the more consequential episodes, but it also reframes previous entries as being filler episodes. Exactly. Like, episodes 1 to 7 are filler episodes. It's insane. In addition, the tease that Cabaret Mact would be appearing in multiple episodes is finally coming to fruition. That is true. Like, you should have, I guess, used him more. I mean, if you're going to advertise him so much, like, come on. All in all, Suits LA has put itself in a strong position to have its best episodes yet. But whether this is happening too late in the season and the show has already lost its audience with inconsequential episodes remains to be seen. Suits LA is running out of time to make its mark. While the series is clear for forging a new path, it has proven a challenge to shed the reputation of the incredibly successful Suits series. Suits is not a difficult show to do, especially like nowadays. Like, we did not expect like something better than the OG Suits, just something decent. And thing is, yeah, it's not even decent. Actors like Stephen Amell are constantly compared to Matt, which is normal, while the supporting cast are being closely assessed to see who they are meant to be in this new version of the same show. Unfortunately, Suits hasn't done a lot to properly avoid these comparisons. I don't think that that's the problem. I think that just the actors, the script is just not, yeah, just not it. Ted seems like a cheap knockoff of Harvey. Stuart Lane appears to be a less fun version of Lewis Litt, and Ted's assistant Rosalind appears to be an attempt at crafting a character as witty, decisive, and inspired as Donna Paulson, though she falls short. Very, very short. Like, I didn't even understand that that's his secretary until like episode 4 or 5. I don't know. If Suits LA really wants to establish itself as a new chapter in the franchise, it needs to stand out and lean into its differences. Yeah, so far we've been offered brief glimpses of new relationships, such as that between Ted and Amanda, Rick Dodson, Erica Rollins, and Leah Powers and Rosalind, but these need to take priority over creating comparisons. Yeah, exactly. As I said, I don't think that this is, the problem is the comparison. I think just the whole story is just not working. And it hasn't worked for a long time, unfortunately. And the new characters, for example, like Ted and Amanda. Yeah, I mean, I'm always criticizing Amanda because I don't. she's not bringing a lot to this. She's not really bringing anything to the show, like just a love interest, but also girl boss. Rick Dodson, I I always forget his name. I don't think that I mean he's okay, but I don't know, like he doesn't bring anything to the show. If they have like highlighted more of their friendship, I guess, but we just got like one episode of him and Tad Bag being friends, and that's it. Not even like for a whole episode. And so what's the story there? Erica, I did say Erica is decent. I did not like her in episode 8, but I mean, that's okay. Leah Powers and Rosling, two unnecessary characters in this, two very, very unnecessary characters. If you're gonna introduce like side characters, like introduce them later or like just, ah, I don't know, guys. It's just not, yeah. The characters are just kind of plain or, they're not adding anything to the story. They're just giving it more like weight that the show needs to lose. Um, okay, let's see. Um, okay, let's see some of the comments, I guess. When the same or similar title used for a film, TV show, or OTT series comparison about to happen in the audience, it's very gunning and there's no point in blaming the audience for that. That is very good. Um, this one, Suits LA can deliver or is too weak to carry its own show. Whether that is true or not, let it stand or fall on its own legs. I guess, but yeah, it does not even have legs at this point. Um, and let's go to Twitter real quick to see if people are talking at least. They're not. Oh, episodes in Suits LA still don't give a F about these plot lines or characters for real. Okay, so it's mostly about Harvey and their tweets from last time. Yeah. Oh my god. See, like nobody's talking about CSLA. That's so sad. Okay, let's go to latest. I was so devastated. Oh, is that even CSLA? See, like people are talking about like just random things. What is yeah, okay. Viewers want to see the original spirit of the series in CSLA rather than focusing on the characters' dramatic personal lives. That is very good. Why did people love Suits in the first place? Because of the fast paced legal cases, quick and practical solutions, witty dialogues, fun office dynamics, and the smart way characters handled problems, all of which made the show highly engaging. Unfortunately, Suits LA doesn't capture the same atmosphere. Instead of dwelling on tragic backstories of the characters, we want to see the energetic legal battles that define the original series. That is very, oh my god, that is like summarizing everything. Back-to-back cases, clever strategies, humor-infused dialogue, and ideally appearances from original Suits characters could make the new show truly enjoyable. It's time to move away from the drama and turn to what made Suits great in the first place. And he tagged Gabriel Macht. I'm gonna retweet this, repost. Okay. Yeah, that is like so on spot. Suits LA making me want to go finish OG Suits. It was actually nice to see Harvey on Suits LA, even though for a few minutes. Episode 9 might be decent. I just can't like this show. Too many flashbacks about boring storylines and repetitive relationships that are uninteresting. The storylines are unoriginal. The actors are fine. They need better scripts. I don't think that the actors are bad. I just think the directing and the scripts are bad. Because even a good actor with bad script can turn into a bad actor. Even Gabriel Mack can save the show. I mean, let's see. Hopefully. Suits should have never been done. There, I said it. Also, absolutely no reason the main character shouldn't have attempted to have a personality of his own. Ah, that is, yeah, that is true. I thought that Black is going to be a bit better now. How Harvey changes the vibes from having a good time to a more serious tone, while Ted gives nothing all the time. All the time. That is true. Like, yeah, that is true. Unfortunately, yeah. Okay, well, I guess a lot of people are not talking about it yet. Um, but actually, I guess the last thing I want to do is to react to the promo um for episode 9. But this is going to be a very small screen because um NBC likes to copyright things. I think this is NBC, right? And the thing is, like, I'm trying to promote your show and you're copywriting me. Like, stop. Just stop, please. But okay, let's take a look at this.
Get in, please.
Crossing lines, taking risks. Things go south. You send up that bat signal. Why would I do that? I'm Batman.
Suits LA, new next Sunday.
You know, uh, yeah, this seems like probably a pretty decent episode, but there's nothing original to it. There's nothing, yeah, that we have never seen before. Um, I really hope the last episode is good, and I think that is the last episode, right? Let's check it out real quick. Suits LA episodes. How many episodes are we getting? So let's go to Wikipedia. Okay, no, so the 10th episode is the last one. So we have 2 more episodes, and I think obviously both of them are going to have Harvey Specter in it. And I also read that Louis Litt is also going to be in this show. I think they're just trying to bring everyone back so they can like save it, but just bringing like throwing characters, like random characters in this, it's not going to do anything. You have to use them in a meaningful way, and I don't know if this show can do that. I mean, so far with Harvey, they could have used him more and in a better way, but I guess okay, fair enough, whatever. But yeah, this show, like, what was the whole Lester thing? I don't get it. Like, it did not do anything. Like for Ted's character, for Amanda's character, for their relationship. Like you could have, okay, fine, like have a Lester character, I guess, but like do it in 1 or 2 episodes and then like go to the main plot. Like, why do some shows think that starting the main plot in like the last 2 episodes is a good idea? Like, it's the same with Daredevil, but Daredevil was really like a victim to reshoots and like bad management from Disney. So yeah. But this show, man, oh man. Let's see. I'm excited for episode 9, and mostly because of Harvey Specter. I did like the stories more in the flashbacks, like the whole Pellegrini case, because he literally, like, Ted Black, like, ruined his life over it. And I think, like, I don't know, like, everything just feels so, like, surface level. Like, he did lose a lot, but, like, I don't know. Everything just happens out of nowhere. Ted Black is a bad lawyer, and yeah, I want to see Harvey back. What else can I say? But do let me know down below your thoughts, and I'll see you next video. As always, I made the first baby.